Hi everybody, how are you all doing? Hair, fix your hair. Okay. Hi everybody, how are you all doing? Today I'm going to do this little review with the fan going. I hope it's not going to be too loud for you guys. And I'm going to do a review on, hey sweetie, my little boy in the window. I'm going to do a review on Jo Malone's new fragrance, Wood Sage and Sea Salt. This fragrance came out in September of this year. And I heard that people in the States were a bit confused, like, why are you bringing out a beachy fragrance when we're coming into autumn, when we're going out of the hot weather? There is a very good explanation for that, and that is that the beach exists all through the year, not just in summer. And one thing about summer fragrances that can be a little bit cliched is you've got the coconut note and the sunscreen vibe, and you know what I'm talking about, that kind of beachy scent, which is delicious and it's really nice. That coconut suntan oil smell and the smell of pineapple, just beautiful. But there are other kinds of feelings behind being at the beach, and I think Jo Malone has done a beautiful, splendid job of creating it really always gets me, wood sage and sea salt, because it lends a different feel and a little bit more perhaps authentic feel to the beach, because when we associate coconut and pineapple, that's something that we're bringing with us. We're bringing a cocktail, we're bringing the suntan lotion, and that's wonderful, like I said, but this is more like a more authentic beach. In the advertising they have a beautiful picture of a lady by the ocean rugged up in a jumper, and of course isn't it beautiful to go down to the beach at any time of the year? Love it, love the breeze, love the smell of the air. And this sea salt, I was hoping to have a full bottle, but it's so close to Christmas I can't just keep buying, so yeah, I like it enough to get a full bottle, even though it is so absolutely simple. And I'm usually into interesting, and this isn't so much interesting as kind of authentic. I wouldn't call it perfect, but it does its job. It really gets me feeling that I'm at the beach. And in Australia we have lots of beaches where we've got the bush right next to the beach. It's just right behind us, then you've got the sand, then you've got the beach, or then you've got the rocks, and then you've got the beach. And this scent is supposed to have kind of notes, kind of accords that are supposed to remind you of rocks and sand and salts and breeze, which I do get a lot of. And I find that this fragrance is delightful to wear. Like, it's in the dead of summer now. I did do that video where I hate wearing fragrance in the summer. It's still bad today, but I'm really happy wearing this fragrance today. I think in the heat the sage comes out a lot more, which is just like the greenery, but it's not like I don't know, it's not wet. It's kind of like a dry greenery, and you can't really pinpoint salt, but it's sweet, but also it has an edge to it. You know, like when you have popcorn and it's salty and you've got a little bit of sweetness in there as well. And hello. Good, baby, good. This doesn't smell anything like popcorn, but you kind of get the gist. Saltiness and sweetness is a beautiful, magical partnership. Even though you can't really say, oh, that's salty, you do realise that the sweetness that wood sage and sea salt lens isn't cloying in any way, because the saltiness kind of anchors it a little bit and stops the sweetness from blowing out of all proportion. So this is what I think Jo Malone's trying to capture. You're not wearing any perfume, you're at the beach, you're getting the breeze, which is kind of like, I don't want to say a drug, but you know what I mean. When you smell that sea breeze, it's just like you get a little bit of euphoria out of that. Well, I do. You've got the sea breeze, the stones, the sand, the driftwood, any greenery around you, and the air is cool but not cold. It's just like ultimate comfort. I must re-mention that this really is a simple scent, which is what the beach is, and I think that the only thing that isn't kind of like identical to the beach is the sweetness. It is a lot sweeter than the beach, but it kind of, guys, quiet, mummy's on the thing. It's a lot sweeter than when you're at the beach, but I think the sweetness is supposed to represent how you feel when you're at the beach, when you get that pleasant, crisp rush of fresh air, and you just feel wonderful. It's also got amber in it. Let me list the notes off to you guys. The notes are ambrat, which is muskmellow, which is something that comes from the guts of a whale, that smells absolutely beautiful in fragrance. It just lends something a little bit more, something a bit deeper in there, and gives well, this fragrance gives this fragrance a little bit of interest and a moorish kind of effect. Sea salt, sage, seaweed, and grapefruit. I don't get the grapefruit at all, but people notice the grapefruit. People are noticing firstly the sea salt, the grapefruit, the ambret, then the sage, then the seaweed. Myself, I notice, I think first of all, I want to say a cross between the sea salt and the sage, then the ambret, then the seaweed, then the grapefruit. That's so my view of it's a bit different, but I think that's because I'm smelling this in the summertime, and people who are voting on Fragrantica are probably smelling this in the winter time, and it probably smells a whole lot different in the winter time. The beauty of fragrance. Like when you're at the beach but you're not in the mood for the coconut, and you're not in the mood for the pineapple and the mango. You're at the beach, and it's actually supposed to be inspired by the British beach, but in cooler weather the beach is still divine anywhere. So the beach is just everything, isn't it? It's one of my favourite places on earth to be. Probably my favourite. If I could live anywhere, it would be on the Gold Coast. Beautiful, beautiful. Though this is simple, I have clicked love, and I wouldn't mind having a bottle of it, because sometimes you are in the mood for something simpler and not something that you can just wear so easily. I think it's a very easy to wear scent. I think a man or a woman could wear it. Definitely. Just gorgeous. It's just a beautiful, simple scent, and I don't think you can really go wrong.
I was just locking it with my powers.
Locking it with her powers. I don't think you can go wrong blind buying this scent or gifting it. The only thing that might be disappointing is it might be more simple than you would like. I don't know, but I think it's a very easy wearable scent that you'd be hard pressed disliking. So that's all I've got to say about that. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week for another review. Remember, hashtag I'll ride with you.